I'm going to give you a quick illustration here of using the graph builder. So we'll use the weight column here, weight of the vehicles. I'm going to click on graph and graph builder, and then you'll see that I have the similar interface to the tabulate, where I've got a middle zone for the actual values of the whatever continuous variable I'm looking at. Then I've got the X and Y columns and rows that I can characterize the value by. So I'm going to move the weight into the middle here, and you can see the first thing I can do is choose a plot type across the top, do a box plot, and that shows me the 25th to the 75th quartiles there. It also shows me where the median value is, so median value is about 3,000 pounds. I can then move type onto the x-axis, and you'll see that I have now the box plots for the weights of all the different types of vehicles that are in the data set. I can also right-click on the type axis here. In a moment I will, and I was just showing the values of the box plot there. Then I'll right-click on that, and I can say order by weight descending, and that will sort them. So we can see vans are the heaviest and small cars are the lightest. Now let's say that I wanted to compare just two of those at a time, or I can also use another categorical variable to do some comparisons here. So I'm going to click over here on fuel economy, and I'm going to drag it over, and manufacturer. I'm changing the type of manufacturer to categorical, and then I'm moving it over to overlay, and notice that's given me side-by-side box plots for domestic and foreign cars by the type. So a very sophisticated type of a graph that I have here, and I've done that just in a matter of less than 2 minutes. But let's say I wanted to compare just two of those together rather than all of them. So I could go to my red triangle contextual menu next to Graph Builder. I'm going to move my screen over here so I can show you, and this is called a local data filter. I'm going to click on type so that I can choose just a couple of those values rather than all of them at the same time, and you can do more than one thing at once if you want to. I'm just doing one right here. So I'm going to click on add, and then again I have to pull this over, and I'm going to use the control key and just click on two of those at the same time. Notice right now I've got all of them, but when I just click on two of them, I'm going to try, let's see which ones I'm going to try here. I've got two. I've got small and I've got sporty cars. I'm comparing the weights of those two cars, and there's my finished graph. So I've got a lot of good information there that I can use for comparisons. I'm going to click on done, and then I can do the same things that I did before. I can find my hidden menu. I can also notice that that's showing me what I filtered on, so I don't lose track of that. I can then use this to save my script to the data table. So it gives a name. You can also change that name to something more descriptive. I'm going to say OK. And notice now in the upper left-hand corner of my data table, I have that name. So if I clicked on it again, I would open up this analysis again. Now I can go up and find my hidden menu, and I can click on the cross. And once I have the cross, I can click on the bar for Graph Builder, and that'll give me the entire thing. And then I can use my copy, and then I can use my paste special bitmap to put that in a Word document. Or I can go back to my hidden menu up here. I'm going to show you one other way to do this. I'll go to my pointer, so that back to the normal. And so there's the pointer or the arrow, and then I'm going to click inside the graph. I'm going to say edit, and I'm going to say copy graph. And now I've actually already copied it, so I'm going to go to PowerPoint here, which I just happen to have open, and I'll say again the same menu I have in Word. I'm going to say paste, and then I'm going to say paste special, and then I'm going to say bitmap. You might have, or here I've got device independent bitmap. If you're on a Mac, you might have to play around with this a little bit. And then I'm going to say OK. And there's my graph all ready for me. And I can now do my analysis and make an informative caption.